Hey, what's up everyone? Morey Croson here, and today I have one of the most important videos that I think I've made so far, and it's going to be going over the importance of the core when it comes to sprinting. We're going to go into the main different core muscles, what their job is, what their function is, and why it's important for sprinting. As always, if you like the information, go ahead and click the thumbs up down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you have any questions, comments, anything like that, you can go ahead and leave those down below. We'll hop in the video right now. Okay, so here we have me sprinting, and the reason I just wanted to show some type of diagram to be able to understand exactly what it is that I'm talking about here. I'm going to also show some pictures as well, and the first thing that I'm going to go into is going to be the transverse abdominis, which is going to be more on the front side of the body, but it'll go around as well. And the job of the transverse abdominis is super important just because it will maintain your overall tension within your abdominal cavity, which just means that you're going to be able to have better overall posture the stronger and more active your transverse abdominis is. You'll see some people that end up looking a little bit bloated with their lower core, like their lower core kind of sticks out, or they have a harder time in really, bringing in that lower part of the body. And that just shows weakness within that transverse abdominis. And a lot of times that ends up making it so you have back pain when you're sprinting, or, just in general. So the more overall stability that you have within that transverse abdominis and activation that you have within that muscle, then the more healthy you're going to be and the more stable you're going to be. And another thing that's going to be a very important part of the transverse abdominis is it actually is able to create more control, stability again within your thoracic spine and your pelvis. And so when you're sprinting, what's super important is you're not wasting extra motion, right? You want to be very, very efficient in every one of your movements. And a lot of times what makes you slower is the inability to control your pelvis, inability to control your thoracic spine. And so when you have weakness within your TVA, that transverse abdominis, again, that ends up making it so you end up negatively impact your sprinting. And how you can build that up is primarily through different types of exercises that's going to call for different types of stability. So the best thing would be different variations of a plank, just because that's a huge focus on stability within all parts of the spine. And then from there, we're going to go into the rectus abdominis. The rectus abdominis is more of the superficial part of the core, and that's going to be more important when it comes to just flexing the trunk, right? Just bringing your trunk all the way through. It also does some posterior tilt of the pelvis, which just means, when your pelvis is coming from, more of that extended rounded position to coming all the way up and through, helps with activation of like the glutes, helps with just getting that overall, better range through the pelvis. So it helps in actually moving the pelvis a little bit more because you end up having to posteriorly tilt it, right? And then also flexing the trunk. So it has more of an actual job in trying to actually compress in comparison to the TVA, which is going to be more of something that creates more stability overall within the body. So important to be able to distinguish between those two because they're both in kind of that front part of the body, but the rectus abdominis is more superficial, more flexes the spine, something that you can see with a lot of the, that's the 6-pack, 8-pack abs are that rectus abdominis, but then the TVA is something that's a little bit deeper, but something that's still equally important. The next thing is going to be the obliques. Right? And the obliques are also something that goes and flexes the trunk. So it's going to also, bring your body together, and that's going to be the internal and the external obliques. The external obliques, however, though, they do more of a same side bending, right? So you're going to end up bending to, the left when it comes to, any type of oblique activation, if you're talking about your left external obliques, but then they're going to help you rotate to the right, okay? So it can help you come in and rotate this way, right? And that's going to be again, the external obliques. The internal obliques are going to also do same side bending, but then they're going to also do same side rotation. So they're going to help you in rotating to the right as well. Now, it's important to be able to understand that sprinting is a rotational movement. I know you end up moving linearly, but it is as much of a transverse a transverse plane movement as you possibly can. You're going to be rotating all through different variations within the body, and mostly within the pelvis, right? The pelvis is going to be going through massive amounts of rotation one way and massive amounts of rotation the other way, and your spine's going to be doing the same, and it's about being able to stabilize that. So you have to work muscles that are going to be doing anti-rotation as well as rotation in order to sprint faster, just because you have to have that active range. People that are very, very tight and strict within their spine are not able to get the full arm swing, and therefore lack the speed necessary to be able to compete at the highest level. So the more efficiency and range of motion and strength that you have within your rotational capabilities within the spine and within the pelvis, the better you're going to be when it comes to sprinting. So make sure you're working rotation type exercises and anti-rotation exercises when it comes to development of your top end speed. And then the last thing that we're going to go over is going to be the Erector Spinae, right? So these are all the muscles that come there, and there's 3 different muscles, but they all come down through your back. And they really have a big job of being able to, straighten the back, maintain posture. And that's a huge critical thing that you see when people are not, again, great sprinters, is they lose the ability to maintain posture. And that really, when it comes to why sprinters have such great abs, right? When you look at them and they're just like, man, why are they so strong? And why sprinters put such an emphasis on developing their ab strength is because of the role abs play or your core plays in posture, right? And making sure that you're able to maintain an upright position, because the faster that you go, the harder it is to maintain a strong posture. The harder it is for you to be able to keep everything upright. Your body wants to start coming forward, your body wants to start arching back, your spine wants to be going all over the place the faster that you're able to cycle your legs through. And so the most important part of being able to get faster is to be able to maintain your postural position. Once you lose the ability to maintain that posture and have that strong enough core to be able to maintain that posture, doesn't matter how strong you are, doesn't matter how powerful you are, doesn't matter any of those other things, because you're not going to be able to get the result that you're wanting. In order to really run fast, in order to really maximize your speed, you have to build the muscles that are going to maintain an upright posture, starting with the core. And the Erector Spinae are another big part of that, because it helps in keeping your back upright. Again, you have to have the right range of motion to be able to both flex and extend through the back, right? So as you're coming through, you're going to go through slight levels of flexion in the spine. This is where you're going to be activating more of the abdominis muscles, right? As you're coming through here, more of these muscles are going to be active. And then there's going to be opposite extension, where now you're going to be activating more of these muscles. As you're pushing all the way through, you're going to be activating your obliques and really, again, maintaining an overall stable abdominal cavity, right? So your insides have to be maintained in a stable position as you're going through the sprinting, all right? So this is super important. I do have some core exercises and, videos. I'm going to go ahead and link those right here so you can check out some core exercises. But, big thing is just getting an understanding of the importance of, developing the core, planks, different variations of ab rolls and ab roll outs, different variations of being able to maintain the stability within your pelvis as you're moving laterally. Anti-rotation type exercises essentially, or rotation type exercises within the core, are another huge part to being able to like the Russian twist. If you don't do those correctly, maintaining a great posture while you're doing those, that's a great exercise as well. And these types of things are simple things, but if you do them consistently, will really make a big difference on your sprinting capabilities and your ability to run fast. All right, as always, thanks for watching these videos. We have a current program that I really recommend you looking into. It's going to be an improvement for your combine drills. I know there's a lot of people that are looking to improve their 40, their 5-10-5, their broad jump, just to get their video and their film out there to colleges. And so we have access to that. It's only $109. It comes with the breakdown. I would really, really recommend you doing it. It's 12 weeks. There's a lot of great add-ons with it. Click the link down below in order to check that out. And we also have a 7-day free trial if you're interested in that. As always, though, thanks for watching these videos, and we'll talk to you soon.